What's up, everyone? So before anything, I just wanted to say I hope you're all staying safe out there during this pandemic. I'm sure many of you have seen, well, it's hard not to see everything about the coronavirus, and it's a lot of negative stuff, so I'm not going to go into detail. I'm sure you've seen it all. So I hope you guys are staying safe, stay indoors as much as you can. Obviously the bills aren't stopping, so if you have to go out to go to work, please cover up, sanitize, wear a mask, gloves, Lysol your clothes when you come back in, just in case. For the time being, just try to limit your outdoor activity for only the essentials. This will pass, and to make it pass faster, we just gotta play our part and just break the chain of transmission, not send any more people to the hospitals, which are already full, and let the doctors and scientists and lab technicians do what they gotta do to get through this. But yeah, just wanted to check in on you guys. I hope you're all staying safe, and that's pretty much it. Let's get to the video. So while I'm working on the other two videos, one of which is a monster comparison and the other is a guide, both of which are taking, a lot of scripting, a lot of editing, I figured I can do one of these kind of unscripted armor discussion videos that I haven't done in a while, because I think it's a pretty good time to do that since we just got two new monsters. Raging and Furious just came out on console, and they're coming out pretty darn soon on PC, so let's talk about their gear because it's pretty good. So to summarize real quick, let's talk about the Raging Gear. The Alpha set gives Agitator 7, Artillery 5, Blast Attack 3, Wax, Speed Sharpening, and 2 levels of guard. And the Beta set gives only Wax and Agitator 7 and a lot of slots. And as you may have noticed, we have 2 set bonuses. The 2-piece is Agitator Secret and the 4-piece is Artillery Secret. I'm going to come back to that in a second. For FuriousRaging, the Alpha gives Heroics level 7, Maxed Out Earplugs, Max Might level 5, Defense Boost level 3, Health Boost, and 2 points of Stamina Surge. The Beta gives Max Might 5, level 3 Earplugs, Health Boost, and 2 points of Stamina Surge, and 1 lonely point of Heroics. And this set also has 2 set bonuses, the 2-piece of Max Might Secret and the 4-piece of Heroic Secret. Some of you have probably already seen some people talking about the Raging Gear, the armor, and the weapons, and what's the big deal? We already had really strong blast weapons with the Safi weapons, and we already have Agitator and Artillery Secret, so what's the big deal here? Well, for one, they're both in the same set now, which is it's so good. What the heck? Agitator Secret was on the regular Bracky as a 3-piece bonus, and the set was okay overall, and the Zora set had Artillery Secret, as several of us used really early on in the meta. The issue with those sets though is that they really limited your options. Agitator Secret is amazing, but it's not enough to single-handedly carry a set. It needs more, so we pretty much ignore it since the Bracky set did synergize with some weapons, but it didn't give us a lot of options. And Artillery Secret is actually not amazing, it's just pretty good, so you don't want it to be the main focus of your set, but just like an added bonus for some damage. The Zora set was a big investment to get the bonus, and you didn't really have a lot of options to mix with other things. This is why the Raging Gear is based as fuck. First off, the individual pieces are so good. It has a lot of great mix set potential, which means that whichever 2 pieces you choose for the 2 set bonus, you'll have a lot of options. Although you'll probably be doing legs and chest, or the legs and head. And sure, Artillery Secret is a 4 set now instead of a 3-piece, but fully committing to the 4-piece is not so bad since you get so much more with all the other pieces anyway. Overall, it's just a good ass set. Like it's really, really good. Now for FuriousRaging, this one's pretty interesting. We had no Heroic Secret before, and instead if we wanted to use the skill, we pretty much just used Feline Heroics. The power of Heroic Secret might see this skill get more use, but I don't really think a lot of people will use this set for Heroics, but rather the other set bonus, Max Might Secret. So as many of us know, Max Might was a really, really good skill in base world, which unfortunately got nerfed. And this skill has been in a lot of good pieces of gear in Iceborne. It's on the Safi set, it's on the Namiel set, it's on Runer Nerg, and there has definitely been a lot of chances for you to work it into your set, but a lot of people have been avoiding it because of the nerfs. Now the key thing here is that Max Might level 5 returns it to somewhat of its former glory, at least the way the buff itself works. Without having level 5, no one was going to run this skill. We had Max Might Secret before, but it was on the Glavinus gear, and the set was okay at best. It didn't really synergize with too much else. But now, you can get it as a 2-set bonus, and really easily. Just rock the chest and the waist, it instantly gives you all 5 points and a lot of slots, which is really, really good. The fact that you can get Max Might Secret as a 2-piece now, and the 2 pieces of gear are actually good, we might start seeing more Max Might being used in hunts now. So both of these goons added a lot of new options that we can do, really strong skills, 2 of which we can combine with other stuff, like Master's Touch, or the Safi set bonus, or even with each other. Here are some things that I've been messing around with, but if you have better decos than me, which you probably do, you can do a lot more. Now, I was going to talk about the weapons too, but I kind of want to keep this video mainly about the armor, but know that the weapons are also really powerful too, and in fact the Raging Brachydios weapons are just as impactful as the gear is. Both monsters' weapons are really, really good. How do they stack up to Safi? Furious's weapons aren't quite up to par, they still lose out to fully augmented and awakened Safi Thunder weapons, but the Raging Brachy weapons can match or even surpass maxed out Blast Safi weapons. There are some cases where Safi weapons can change what they've awakened to then pass Raging Brachy weapons. For example, the Safi Greatsword can ditch Sharpness and take on another attack, or the Lance can ditch Teostra Technique and take another attack. But not all weapons can get away with this. Some weapons really need that extra Sharpness awakened, or some weapons really need Teostra Technique, and it's in those cases where the Raging Brachy weapons win. At the time of making this video, weapons that can match or surpass Safi weapons are very few, so the Raging Brachy weapons are definitely worth making. So as you can see with Raging and Furious, DLC monsters are really starting to kind of raise the cap in how powerful we can get in Iceborne. And they're also starting to make skills and set bonuses, really powerful ones, easier to obtain and easier to mix with other skills. And that brings me to my last point, Alatreon. So as many of you probably saw, Alatreon is confirmed the next monster. And let me tell you something, I knew we were going to get Alatreon for a few reasons. We were apparently supposed to get him in base world, but we didn't. But also, this game has such a heavy focus on Elder Dragons, and his character model and Volcanos are like really, really similar, so I was like, we're gonna get this guy. I just thought he was gonna be the last DLC we get. Like, I thought he was gonna come to Celiana or Astera and be like, what the fuck are you guys doing? And then just start like blowing shit up, and then we have to kill him. Now, what does this mean for his gear and his weapons? I think his stuff is gonna follow this trend. Will it be the most game-breaking, biggest power creep we've seen so far? No. But I think it will push some things up and definitely branch out the options. Alatreon's gear has always had something to do with elemental and blight resistance. To give you an idea of what we could expect, in Try, his gear gave free element, so awaken, blight proof, and evasion up. And now in Gen Ultimate, his G rank gear gives elemental attack up, so that's elemental up for all elements in one skill, blight resistance, crit element, and brutality, which is a compound skill that combines weakness exploit and critical eye +2 in one skill. Really strong. The weapons, in G rank at least, all have natural purple, good dragon, some slots, and decent raw, and they all look pretty damn cool. So here's what I'm thinking. I think the Alatreon set is going to have either true crit element or true elemental acceleration, but as a 2-set bonus. That might be a little strong, maybe a 3-set bonus, but I think it's going to have it and have it be easier to obtain and with better skills. Of course, we already have these skills on the Silverlow set and the Namiel set respectively, and the skills are powerful enough where players have committed to these 4-set bonuses because the damage does make up for it. But when you finally have these 4 pieces, you aren't left with too many options to add other skills, and it's in those cases where some of these sets start to lose out in damage to some others. This is where the Alatreon set comes in, and I think it's going to have one of these 2 skills, have it easier to get as a 2-set or 3-set, and have it easier to work with other mix sets by, giving it more points in crit, or crit boost, or tenderizer, you get the idea. And And then if this new skill is a 2 or 3 set, then you can use it with other skills. Or it'll introduce a whole new skill that we haven't seen yet, maybe something like Safi, and it'll have its own 2 set or 4 set. Either way, seeing as how the Furious and Raging sets really kind of pumps up raw damage with max smite and agitator, I think the Alatreon gear, kind of like Safi, is going to help elemental damage stay on the same playing field, or at least close to it. Either way, I think the set is going to be pretty damn strong. I'm excited for Alatreon. I can't wait to be bad at fighting him in yet another game. Maybe you guys can hunt with me and help me out. Alright, other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. Stay safe, and I'll catch you in the next video. Later.